Top manufacturer Russia thwarts path to redefine war diamonds. Johannesburg, Russia has torpedoed a Western-backed proposal to discuss whether its diamonds are investment conflict in advance of an global battle diamond assembly in Botswana, letters seen by way of show. The rift in the Kimberley process (KP), which certifies tough diamond exports, dangers paralyzing the frame which makes choices by way of consensus. The letters, which have no longer been formally reported, display a dispute over an offer through Ukraine, the European Union, Australia, Britain, Canada, and America to speak about Russia's invasion of Ukraine and whether or not to broaden the KP's definition of struggle diamonds to consist of nation actors at its June 2024 assembly in Botswana. The United States and Britain have already located sanctions on Russia's Alrosa, the world's biggest manufacturer of rough diamonds, which accounted for around 30% of global output last year, and is partially state-owned. A draft schedule dated May 20 blanketed an hour-long slot to talk about the problem, however the item became eliminated after objections from Russia, Belarus, Central African Republic (CAR), and Kyrgyzstan. We locate ourselves at a deadlock, Botswana's KP chair Jacob Thamage told contributors who consist of 85 nations, industry representatives, and civil society firms in a June 9 letter urging them to locate common floor. The KP defines war diamonds as gems used to fund rise-up movements searching to undermine legitimate governments. Officially labeling Russian diamonds, battle diamonds, would require widening the definition. The KP Civil Society Coalition has been calling for this type of exchange for years, in conjunction with some KP member nations. The certification scheme, designed to put off the alternate in so-called blood diamonds, turned into setup in 2003 in the wake of devastating civil wars in Angola, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, which had been in large part financed by means of the illicit diamond alternate. Russia's KP delegate said in a May 20 letter that the situation in Ukraine has no implications for the Kimberley process and is virtually beyond the scope of its certification scheme. Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, and CAR all further argued that the proposal was political or out of doors the scope of the KP, and that its inclusion on the timetable turned into irrelevant. War-torn CAR is the best country inside the global presently below a partial KP embargo for tough diamond exports. Russia, with whom it has close trade and security ties, has worked to boost the one's regulations. If the Kimberley process is to be a reputable guarantor that diamonds exported with a KP certificates are absolutely conflict-free, it can't refuse to recollect the legitimate questions which have been raised about whether or not hard diamonds exported with the aid of Russia are financing its invasion of Ukraine. Canada's Joanna Sahas-Martin wrote to the KP chair in advance this month. In a letter to the chair on Monday, Ukraine KP consultant Andriy Kalenko proposed amendments to the certification scheme, to widen the definition to encompass government actors, and to allow KP international locations, by means of a majority vote, to expel a rustic that infringes on another KP member's sovereignty. Britain, the European Union and the USA additionally said Russia ought to step down from the KP committees it presently chairs. Inaction could undermine the credibility and integrity of the Kimberley process, no longer handiest as a conflict prevention mechanism but additionally as an exchange regulation mechanism, the European Commission's Marika Lautso-Musnier stated in a letter.